For those that are wondering my stance on black holes, I think they're figments of the imagination of many thousands of astrophysicists and astronomers and mathematicians. And it's easy to explain why these things are figments of the imagination. Here is a computer simulation, or I should say illustration, of the cloud G2 moving towards the central regions of the supposed black hole that's supposed to be in the center. Now, all these stars orbit around the center, but there's a huge problem with hypothesizing that there has to be something in the center in order for everything to be orbiting it. What's actually happening is something else entirely. What they're looking at is a system in which many stars are orbiting what's called a Barycenter. So you have the regions in the center which all the stars appear to orbit around. So they're like, well, since all these two objects are orbiting around this, there must be something in the center right there. But that's not true at all. What's happening is that these objects are orbiting each other. So when you zoom out and you add more of these objects, and on different axes and in different situations, you get something that looks very different. What you get are people thinking that there's something in the center. So you have all these objects, all these stars, all orbiting a mutual barycenter. These objects are gravitationally tugging on each one of the other objects. This one's pulling on this one, this one's pulling on that one, this one's pulling on that one, this one's pulling on that one. And they're all connected. They're all gravitationally bound to each other. Now, just by looking at this, we'll count them real quick. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. That's what's called the n-body problem. You have multiple objects orbiting each other. In other words, you don't have just two objects. You have multiple objects, or n bodies. In math, n is a variable. So what you're looking at are stars that all orbit each other. And they're orbiting each other in ways that completely contradict established rules. In other words, they contradict it in a way that this is a random blob of stars that are all orbiting each other. This quite possibly isn't even the center of the Milky Way galaxy. They just picked an area where a bunch of stars are orbiting each other and say, look, it's the center. What this probably is just part of a globular cluster somewhere that they just randomly chose. Unfortunately, in establishment science, we get a lot of media concerning this supposed object that is in the center, but now we know better. All these objects are just orbiting each other. There is no need for a black hole. It's a figment of the imagination. That little dot is a star. Alright, I think that should cover it.